Hello, everyone, and welcome to Purocast, the puroresu podcast here on the internet. One of the 18 or so. We're going to be talking about puroresu in general, and let's introduce each other. Jam, would you like to start?
Yeah, hey, what's going on? This is yours truly, the GM Factor Joseph Bontes.
All right, and we also have Skittles.
Hello, everybody. My name is Skittles, also known as fucking Zero or Mal, and I am a e-fetter, and I'm also a casual who just likes fucking wrestling and shit. So yeah,
All right, my name is Puro Power, otherwise also known on the internet as Quernst here and there. Big fan of Puro. I went from just being a variety channel to just King of Colosseum 2 changed the direction of the channel to what it is today. And then last but not least, we have
Hey, hey there, everybody! It's me, Zach George. I'm just a guy who likes wrestling in general, but recently, hanging out with these dudes over the past couple years, I've gotten into this whole Puro thing, and all in all, this is actually pretty interesting.
oh
mhm.
yeah, I would agree.
And for
And
some reason Florida was calling me. It's fucking nice to know.
yeah.
Why?
The fucking performance center. I don't even stop.
Oh, that's something.
Can you
So
imagine?
we got a little topic for our first episode. We have how we all got into Puro. That way, tell us how we all started loving this and all that. Then we have an upcoming show later on in February, the Tokyo Dome show for Pro
Mhm.
Wrestling Noah for Keiji Mutoh's retirement, where we look through the card and make predictions and whatnot. And then our last topic will be the announcement of the New Japan Cup, what we think of the card for that tournament.
We
All
also
right.
forgot Battle in the Valley, which is happening on Saturday.
But that's in America. This is the Puro. We're talking about Japan.
Not that racist, but okay.
Wait,
Okay.
I thought the first topic was Puro/pro wrestling in general.
Yeah, we'll
But
get into that. So
mhm,
let's go through it, everyone. Since I'm the host, I guess I'll start first. Um,
unfortunately,
of course you would. The introduction into pro wrestling. First time I ever heard of wrestling, Attitude Era was going on, but parents would not allow me to watch because, kids
course.
warp our fragile little minds and all that. The one time they did allow me to watch wrestling was when my uncle won tickets to go to a WCW Thunder show. It was December of 1999. That's I remember. And he was right behind the announce table with the sign saying president of the Bobby Heenan fan club, something like that. So if anyone could find that and send a screenshot, yeah, you found my uncle from 99. And of course, WWF was a big discussion because at the time Jesse Ventura was governor. So everyone talked about wrestling all the time. And didn't get to watching it as a whole until 2004. Eddie Guerrero became a top favorite of mine, and 2005 was not a fun year at the end. Around 2013, after going on and off again on wrestling, I was learning about, the Aki games, was playing those a bit, and then I noticed on GameFAQs, wait, there's a Japanese version of World Tour. Let's take a look at that. Imported that game for the N64, looked online to see what each wrestler is supposed to be, saw names like Chono, Liger, Misawa, started going on YouTube and got hooked since. And let me tell you, the Japanese style of wrestling hit what I like to see in wrestling so much more than what WWE or TNA at the time were doing for me. And I've been a big fan of Puro since. All right, who would like to announce next?
I'll go next.
All right.
Yeah, I'm thinking we
All
just
right, so my story of getting into wrestling and Puro is a little bit more, a lot long. Oh, would feel almost longer. So I started around 1996, right around when WrestleMania 12 was going on. So that would have been like the first time I got to watch wrestling on my own, really. So, I was there for a lot of the Fed during the New Gen era. I was there for it during the Attitude Era for both companies. So I was there for the war, the complete war. I fell a little in and out during 2000 2001 because of stuff with school and stuff like that back then. I started losing interest in the Fed, and then I found TNA as an alternative. So I was following TNA. I would still follow the Fed every now and then, like pay-per-views or stuff like that, or talk with friends to keep me in the loop.
Yep.
Yeah, just to keep me in the loop. For Puro, my exposure to Puro actually came from my uncle when he had Fire Pro 6-Man Scramble on the Sega Saturn.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, he owned 6-Man Scramble on the Saturn, and he had a few tapes there and there. Because he used to tape like a lot of different wrestling or try to get tapes if he could. But this is like from very young childhood memories from like when I was like super young. So a lot of it I don't have a lot of memory of. But the first Puro game I would ever own would be Fire Pro D and Giant Graham 2000, the third one. And that would be like my general intro into Puro through the history mode. The very first Joshi show I ever saw would have been when I was in high school. Between high school and college would have been JWP's anniversary, one of the JWP shows where Azumi Yuga and Yoshiko Tamura were fighting title for title in a draw that ended in a draw. It was for JWP's belt, Eddie O's belt, and an NWA belt.
The NWA always finds a way to get in somehow.
Yeah. Well, Neo had an alliance with NWA at the time, and Yoshiko held that belt for at least 2 years.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. I think that belt might still be around, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so that was also believe it or not, one of my first real watching a full Joshi show. But that was during the Joshi dark period. And believe it or not, Azumi Yuga, that match alone got me into Joshi and looking up All Japan Women, old school JWP, Gaia, Oz Academy, and them. And then I stuck with TNA, and then I was following the E during the Ruthless Aggression era. I was falling in and out during the early signs of the PG and reality era.
Oh, yeah, that time frame.
Yeah. And, I started, falling in and out. The only thing that really kept me in it was just, playing the games and stuff like that and doing my leagues because what other wrestling games were out there at the time? Outside of the stuff that I would get involved with a little bit later, like KOC2 and stuff, I wouldn't really dabble in until way later on in life. Not until I was in South Carolina. Once I was in South Carolina and stuff, that's when I was getting into KOC2 hardcore
Oh, yeah.
and doing leagues and stuff off of that and doing a little mini league in Wrestle Kingdom 2 and stuff. Following New Japan at the time was not as easy because believe it or not, we didn't have we didn't know that me and my mother and our family didn't experience the whole benefits of Wi-Fi until South Carolina. We still had freaking dial-up even during the Ruthless Aggression era, believe it or not. As
And
funny
a
as that
lot of
would seem.
families had that problem.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like there was one time we tried to get a router and we couldn't get the router working on our own and we just gave up on it. And we wouldn't learn the full benefits of the router until South Carolina or when I was, hanging out with my buddies and getting stuff that way.
Dang.
And and also we didn't have the cash. Money was really tight back then, so no UStream and stuff like that. So, there was no New Japan World in the mid 2000s, guys.
And also, the mid 2000s was very tough to get some of that footage for Puro in general because it seems like a lot of stuff outside of Noah because tape traders is hard to find, especially with New Japan.
Yeah, well, someone told me that things get a little wonky in '05 New Japan as they had multiple TV partners back then and different people own different tapes of that from that period.
That just sounds like a future
Yeah.
clusterfuck.
Yeah. Now I did see some Wrestle Kingdoms though. I did see, because even though I was getting pissed off at TNA during the '10 era, when uh when brother dude Jack Hogan there was their brother.
Yep. When you were there.
Oh,
When
yeah.
no, they couldn't handle the spotlight, brother. They couldn't handle the direction that I wanted to bring it to.
Yeah, they thought Val Venus going on to TNA was a good idea.
I didn't think Val Venus was necessary, brother.
You had him beat Christopher Daniels. What were you doing, Hogan?
I didn't book that shit, brother. That
Eric
was Eric. That was
Bischoff.
easy. That was easy. Easy.
Eric Bischoff, why are you on crack?
I wanted to push Judas Messias, brother. I wanted to push Relic.
This man said I wanted to push Judas as I'm dead.
Oh, my.
I wanted to get Jamal back. But yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry for
okay.
going off on that tangent. I couldn't resist.
It's good.
Okay, so I did see the full Wrestle Kingdom 5 and then seeing I got to see Wrestle Kingdom 5, so that was like my small taste of of New Japan at the
But
time, because it was very hard for people to even hook me up with stuff. And then '09 was my big chance. I actually saw full Wrestle Kingdom 9, and by 2010 I would have been fully into New Japan right around that year. And I've been following New Japan ever since. And then I would follow Stardom at least a few years later. I was kind of subscribed to the old school version of Stardom World that they used to have on YouTube. Believe it or not,
Oh,
it
that's
used to
right.
be on YouTube.
see
Stardom
back.
World before they
Okay.
made it into its own website.
I remember hearing about that. They used to be able to put some stuff on YouTube, but some of the channels didn't work out. Like Zero One during their Zero One Max days would try to put stuff on YouTube, but that's kind of lost media, it sounds like.
Yeah, because back then, old school Stardom World was pretty much a subscription thing on YouTube.
Oh my.
And I guess maybe they got a better streaming deal or found a different way, and then they made it Stardom World its own website.
Yeah.
And after that, I pretty much been following both New Japan and Stardom World, and I haven't really looked back ever since.
All right. Well, that's definitely quite a what's the word I'm thinking of? Quite the journey.
Now you
Yeah.
now you want next or you want me to get it?
You could get it.
All right, Zach.
Well, as for how in the hell I got into wrestling in general, I don't really remember. Some of my earliest memories of dealing with wrestling were watching old DVDs like the history of WrestleMania 1 to 9. I had a Halloween Havoc on tape. I forget the year. JM, you'll be able to help me out with this. It's the one where they had the both the monster truck match and the big ass match where Abdullah got fried in the electric chair.
Oh God.
That
Right.
was
Now,
probably
I can't
92, I
remember.
think.
Yeah, it had to be either '92 or '93. Now, the monster truck match with Hogan and the Giant, that would have had to happen during either probably '95 or
95.
'96.
It was
'95,
95.
yeah. Yeah, that happened in Halloween Havoc '95, where it led to the infamous wrestling meme of the
But
Yeti.
whose side is he on? Another meme to add to it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm shocked nobody tried to do
The
like
match that
for
you're talking about, Zach, was the Chamber of Horrors.
Yes,
oh, what a weird match that was.
my earliest memories were basically watching old and current ish the WWE on like DVDs. Like I had WrestleMania 19, which I watched endlessly. I had a Backlash, which which was good. I for, I forget the year. I didn't really get into watching wrestling like wholesale again until I started hanging out in re- in wrestling in wrestling discords. Now, that's me as far as Western wrestling goes. As far as Puro goes, I was in a I forget the name of the Pro Wrestling RP Discord, but I was in a Discord for a while there, just RPing with people. Actually never had a match in there, but one thing led to another, and I came to SEA Discord. I came to JM server, made friends with him, started learning about Puro, and the rest is history.
Yeah. While we're at
So
it, oh, sorry.
so in a lot of ways, JM, I have I have you to thank for my interest in the Japanese scene, because before I met you, like the only Japanese wrestler I knew was Liger, and that's because I'd seen him on some old WCW shit, like his match with Pillman at the Mall of America on Nitro and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that was one
That's a
of
hell of a that's a hell of a match, by the way.
definitely one way to debut Nitro.
Um, I guess do mines. Okay, so how I first started got into wrestling is kind of a blur, but but I could call back to the time where I really got deep into fucking pro wrestling. And why did my computer went on sleep? Anyway, hold on. Well, you can hear me, right?
Yep, I can
Yep.
still hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
So the earliest memory I remember was I was playing on the PSP and it was SmackDown versus Raw 2008. That's the first memory of me with wrestling. But but the time where I first actually got deep into it was in the 2010s during the best era of WWE, also known as the HD era, fun times with SmackDown X. I remember one of my favorite wrestlers was surprisingly Sheamus because he won the WWE title and he was a badass. He beat John Cena in a tables match, and that was pretty fucking fun. But that's when I first, started the whole wrestling thing because I was a WWE guy. Well, a more of a kid because around this time I was in elementary school, so um I was really into the Fed. Like I really loved it. Like my favorite guys was John Cena, Sheamus, Evan Bourne, underrated goddamn guy in fucking the 2010s, bro. That
Oh,
man was
oh
great.
Jesus, Evan Bourne. Yeah, I remember
That was
him.
my
That's a name
fucking
I haven't
boy.
heard in a long time.
Bro, that was my fucking boy.
Fucking Christ! Now I feel old.
Yeah, that
Right.
that shooting star press countered into an RKO is still like one of the biggest moments of his career, I would
That
say.
shit was
God
great.
damn,
So,
that's clean as hell.
right.
Sorry
Yeah,
for
that
But
interrupting.
was just perfectly executed. Sorry
it
for
was it was god tier, bro. But so I was during that time the Nexus came in, be a dickhead and destroy the ring. But during that time still, I found another promotion known as Total Nonstop Action. Now here's the unfortunate part about it. Well, I first learned about TNA because back in On Demand, if y'all still remember that joint on
Yep,
Comcast,
yep, yep.
there
Oh yeah.
was a sports category, right, for wrestling. And on that category, they would show what's coming up on the pay per views and all that shit. One thing they had was countdown to whatever pay per view. And my first exposure to TNA was the Ultimate X match at Destination X 2009. What a fucking way to learn about TNA than the six-sided ring with the Ultimate X. I was like, hey, yo, this shit look tough.
We we might
So,
have we might have to do a live react to that match one
bro,
day,
that
Natty.
match, bro, with Suicide, that, bruh. But, so,
Now that
that's
you
when I learned about,
mentioned that shit.
yeah, so that's when I learned about TNA. And they also had the Before the Bell, Destination X, Lockdown, or whatever, or like, whatever they had. So that was the second Fed I learned about. So I sticked around watching both TNA and WWE, but remember this was 2010, unfortunately. So I was stuck with PG era and the Hogan Bischoff regime. But remember, I was a kid, so I don't know better. So I was watching it. My favorite TNA guys was AJ Styles, uh, the Machine Guns. What's the other goofball name? Abyss. Love that motherfucker. And basically the the ones that came in later. Okay, so that's how I learned about the major top two feds. Here's where I learned about deathmatch. I was still a kid. I was sick, bro. I had a sick childhood for like certain things, but when I learned about deathmatch wrestling was CZW. Now, I forgot which I think I was in fifth or sixth grade when I learned about CZW because I remember back in I, I was watching these compilations of highlights of the CZW pay-per-views like Cage of Death, Tournament of Death, Tangled Web, etc. And I was like, hey yo, this shit look scary. I was like this kind of look a bit, crazy. So I looked it up, and the first event I ever watched of CZW was Tournament of Death. And the first match had me rolling. It was a dildos type fucking match, bro. Like
I
this man
Of
came
fucking
out with a
course, it's a.
ladder. This man came out with a ladder with dildos slapped on it, bro.
hey
Oh
I
no!
was like, Bob.
Oh
hey Mal
no!
It was me and my cousin was watching it. We looked at each other.
hey Mal can I help you out with some more exact details since I
What was
actually
the year of it? Because I forgot what year it was.
I I for, I forget the year. I just know the tournament of death number because I actually have it on DVD.
It
It was
wasn't,
it was it was tournament of death 14 with the fans bring the dildos death match.
but that match, that was the first event, and that was the first full match I saw
Fucking
of
wild
CCW.
as shit.
So that was fun.
I
So
guess
during that time, I was looking, so I had three feds to watch. But I remember, I don't know if y'all remember these pay per view channels, right? That usually contain porn. There was a free, there was a free one where it's basically just what's coming up soon. Then there was a few promotions that I saw on that free pay per view trailer, whatever. Dragon Gate USA, uh, Urban Wrestling Federation,
Oh
and
boy!
that's the only two I actually remember.
Oh my
So
gosh!
here's how I got into well,
Yeah, how did he get into
well,
Puro?
yes, well, it's still during the Western time, but I found out Ring of Honor later on. Then I found out my boy John Moxley, also known as Dean Ambrose at the time, and I found out about Florida Championship Wrestling BW. I found out about the small indies. Now here's what I found about. Now here's where I find out about Puro. I looked up promos and I found a guy named Kenny Omega. So technically, Kenny Omega got me into Puro. When I found out about who else joined, oh, never mind. So when I found out about Kenny Omega and I looked up his promos, I'm like, oh shit, this is Japan. So at that time, I was really interested, and tried to find out what is New Japan, and I found out some little history, but not a lot. But I found out about the Pure games, and one of the Pure games I found was Wrestle Kingdom, and who I found it from? This guy named Terrible Pain on YouTube. Who usually, play wrestling games. So when I found out about Wrestle Kingdom, I was like, I wonder, I wonder if it's in America. No, it isn't.
Womp womp.
Unless you go to your local Chinatown.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, fuck. but like one led to another. Then I found more about New Japan, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to follow New Japan. Then I realized I have to wake up in the ass crack in the morning just to even watch that shit. But I end up finding some matches. All right, some old New Japan matches. From Carl Anderson versus Shinsuke. That was a good match. Shinsuke. Then I found out my boy and my favorite. Some of y'all probably don't believe me. Some of y'all probably know. My favorite wrestler of all time is actually AJ Styles. So when I found out about him being in New Japan, him leaving TNA because I was still watching TNA at the time, went to New Japan. I was like, let me see what my boy doing in New Japan. World champ. Hell yeah, Bullet Club. Let's go. Okay, so here's when I learned about other fucking promotions of Pure Wrestle. I don't remember shit. Let's get that out the way. I don't remember half of the shit I found. But one thing I do know is that there was compilations by I like Jason where he made the memes. That's how I know more about some of the guys in New Japan and shit. But I was also looking at compilations of strong style hits or whatever. So that got me seeing other promotions that I never knew that was other promotions. So compilations kind of helped me, and it was, I think this was once I graduated from high school. I don't fully remember, but I remember looking up Puroresu, and there was a full show, right? It was a Noah show from the 2000s. That was a full show. I remember watching that when I got to my granny's house in the ass crack in the morning, or probably around 7ish, 5ish. It was fucking morning. So I was watching. I think it's called Noah Destiny, 2005.
Yeah, I know which one. That's when you
That
type
show was
in.
long.
Oh yeah, like I think a lot of people were introduced to Pro Wrestling Noah on YouTube by that video because you type that in, that's usually in the top 5 results.
The thumbnail was beautiful. It was like the long ramp, the crowd was light. When I watched the Noah show, I was like, hmm, is that my boy Hideo Tommy?
Oh,
Oh
he didn't know
no.
about Kenta yet. Knew him
I was
as
like, oh shit.
Hideo. Oh no.
Oh no, this boy ain't know about Kenta. No,
Then, but here's the
Dexter.
thing. I think at the time I knew his name was Kenta before.
Okay.
But my first introduction to that goofball was in WWE. But I did know his history about him being known as Kenta. Because remember, I also know about Ring of Honor. So how did I get into the variety of the fucking deep down into Puroresu? Here's why. I don't fucking remember either. So there's a running gag that I know this stuff, but I don't remember how I know this stuff. So, but the history I know because of y'all dumbass.
Thank you.
Shut the
You're
fuck up, Nick.
welcome.
Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. But anyways, like I'm about to be a fucking alcoholic. Just freaking drinking ginger ale. But so y'all taught me history about Puresu, and I found out about I think I seen some All Japan, but don't even realize All Japan at all. Cause I remember motherfuckers getting suplex, German suplex popping up, German suplex popping up, Gamagiri, freaking elbow. Like I seen clips of that, but I didn't know that was All Japan. So yeah, how I got into the Puresu games, Turbo Pain, and somehow I watch Aki games, but didn't even know there were fucking Aki games. Same with Fire Pro. I learned
Wow.
about Fire Pro by watching a Fire Pro match, but this was in Fire Pro Return. Because I remember watching WWE versus NXT and Fire Pro Return. I'm like, oh shit, I want to play that game. I want that game. But I realized it's for the PS2. I literally went on Google, typed in Fire Pro Wrestling Return PC, and I can't find it. Then years later, I realized.
Okay. Yeah, you broke out there. Could you try saying that again?
Mhm.
Yeah, can you say that again for a sec?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you kind of
Oh, which
broke out
part?
of there about
Oh,
how you looked for PC, it wasn't there, and then you learned.
I can emulate it. Okay, so I was trying to look
Okay.
up and download Fire Pro Wrestling Return on PC, but it was on the PS2 and PS3. So I was lost. But years later, I realized there's a PS2 emulator, so I can technically get Fire Pro Return on the PC by emulation. So I was a dumb kid, but well, dumb and disturbed kid at the time because of deathmatch and shit. Then I remember when I found out about BJW. I think in middle school. I don't remember, but I was like, "Yo, why my man has needles? Why does he got a cinder block? What are you doing? Are those gusset?" I was like, "Holy shit! These motherfuckers in fucking these motherfuckers in freaking Japan is wild." So that's how I got into wrestling, indie wrestling, deathmatch, puresu, and puresu games.
Real quick, should I also cover how I got into deathmatch since we're both into deathmatch?
If you wish,
If you want,
JM,
do y'all want to talk about how y'all got into deathmatch? Because I already did my part.
we could probably do
Yeah,
that for another episode.
All right.
I was actually about to do it, so let me just go ahead and do it.
Okay, try like Lehman and all that.
Well, I'd always I've always been a bit of a gore hound, especially as I got older. But I'd always been a fan of, a falls count anywhere, no disqualification, no holds barred type matches in WWE. But as I as I got older, I wanted the next level and the next level and the next level. And one day, I was just scrolling through YouTube, watching all the hardcore stuff I could find. But then I'd already been into CZW, so I knew what that was. But then find out about this thing called deathmatch wrestling. I'm like, deathmatch? What is this 80s movie bullshit? and then I start watching BJW, and it's like, oh my fucking god. These fools out here trying to commit a murder one. It's like, bruh. So, so yeah, I started watching BJW, and then now you're gonna hate me for this, but then there was that needle spot in CGW where
That
dude
is
got
what fucked me up, and it still fucked me up to this day.
Hate
a
needles.
needle through his cheek.
Ugh.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, just look up Tournament of Death needle spot on YouTube. There you go.
Well, they're gonna scar some people.
Well, we
I always hated that fucking spot. That
well
shit is like
I
fucked, bro.
I re- I recommend most people not to look it up, but if you do look it up and get scarred, don't blame me. It's your own dumb fault.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nah, I th- I think I think that about
I
covers.
like hentai. That's one that I would say.
Bruh,
Well,
this is a wrestling podcast, and this man here try to talk about hentai.
I mean, wrestling is known to have a lot of cross promotional. I mean, we had the freaking Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, which was a travesty, and now we have this other travesty.
We need to
Okay, let us
we
continue
need, we,
on.
we need to start a wrestling promotion. Just get a fucking mark. Let's just get fucking Geronimo's like fucking money and shit. We just start a fucking promotion.
What do you call it? Shitpost Federation?
No,
Powerbomb Pro.
All right,
no,
well,
or we can make the real life version of something we already do. We can make a real life PPWA, Bureau Pantry Wrestling Association.
Pretty much, mate.
that'd be great. All right. And despite us beginning, we're going to be, every beginning has an end. We're going to be talking about an end of a certain wrestler, a big name in Puro history, Keiji Mutoh. He has a retirement tour going on, and his official last match is coming up on the 21st at the Tokyo Dome. We're going to look through the card and talk about it a bit. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
No, but yes.
How about you, JM?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He don't got a
Okay.
choice. Why you even
K-
asking?
I just making
KZ
sure he's ready because he's
KZ
like
Mood.
he
Sorry,
has
what?
a
Go ahead.
history with Keiji Muto's antics with, say, Wrestle One and other promotions.
What, you don't like Wrestle One?
He doesn't like
I
either incantation or the little promotional thing with the Bob Sapp and then the actual promotion after the All Japan split in 2013.
Mhm.
But either way, here we go.
Wait, before you do that, I gotta say the thing.
All right, tell us more about your hatred of Keiji Muto.
That no good scum. That all around con artist. Working all these promotions for the finest dollar. Somehow work somehow gonna somehow end up with all the money, and guess what? This is probably gonna be him. He's gonna come back and do another vanity. He's gonna come right back.
Hmm.
He did last match this. What's next? He's gonna do what? The last match of Super Black Ninja?
Well, I mean, considering how great Muda looked at the January show, I guess you could say that is because that great Muda had a lot of fucking whatever. Let's continue on with the
I
card.
said fuck him.
Last of Demon Muda. Last of Darkness Muda. Last of Kokoshi Muso. Remember that? Kokoshi Muso?
Yeah, last
Wow.
of ICP Mudo Alliance. He goes to
Yep.
JCW.
You
Yep.
guys can do the last of Super Black Ninja from WCCW. Just wait. He's gonna find a way. This con man is gonna find a way to work you dumb morons of your money, of your precious dollars and yen, and you're gonna fall for it.
Well, speaking of
You
that, we
can't
got the big
get
one
away
here.
with this.
According to this, this card's going to be on Fight TV, Abema, and Wrestle Universe. I don't know if that's going to be day one available or a wait time, but either way, this is a very big show considering Keiji Muto's career spans all the way from '84 He's part of the Three Musketeers. In fact, he's the last one still wrestling until this day. That's coming up. Well, before we get into it, I guess we could talk about some positive things about Keiji Muto. JM, would you like to start?
He was a good wrestler in New Japan.
What did you think about his stuff in All Japan?
I was around for a lot of Muto for MWE, Muto Wrestling Entertainment.
All right. What was your favorite Muto match in New Japan, JM?
My favorite Muto match would have been him versus Jinsei Shiozaki as one of them,
Oh, the
which led to a
1996
series
April
of
Dome.
yep, which led to a series of events of Michinoku Pro almost being financially bankrupt when they used the Undertaker.
Oh yeah, that was
Wow,
funny.
I forgot that was a
Oh
thing.
my gosh, what that was silly.
Yeah, that's a story. Something we got. That's a story for another day. Let's
That's a
see.
story for another episode.
Yeah. The war he had with Liger.
Yeah, that was when he created the Liger's alter ego. That's very rare to see. I'm trying to remember Kishin Liger, right?
Yeah, Keisha Liger. Because this man wouldn't stop tearing off his damn mask. It's like, brother, everybody knows who he is.
Yep.
All right, so who's next?
Yeah, you could go next, Skittles.
All right, so I have a story about Muda. I mean, Muto. No, not Muda. Muto. So when I first learned about KG, is this was before I met y'all. It was something about him I actually liked about him. I guess because his fucking drip, his fucking attire, his fucking fluffy jacket, and his swagger at the time back in New Japan. And I always loved the Shining Wizard as a move. So when I found out about him, I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I guess my favorite KG moment is the time that I learned about him. And my favorite KG match is him versus okay, the first KG match I know, KG versus Shinsuke. So I guess I would say that match because that was my first Muda match that I know of. But my all time favorite was him versus Tanahashi. I would put him against Kaito, but r- rubber bands and goddamn glue sticks and fucking clay. So it's him versus Tanahashi. And I would never forget the first time I saw that pic of KG with the Triple Crown titles. I was like, this boy is dripped out his mind. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
So who the fuck's next, you goofballs?
I guess I
As
can.
as for me, I really didn't. I I only knew about Great Muda from my watching old wrestling DVDs and all that. I didn't I didn't really know about Keiji Mutoh until I met all y'all. My I don't really have a favorite a favorite Muto match, but I do have a favorite I do have a favorite Muda match.
Which one's
It
that?
Alright.
it's actually Muda's last match. I know it's super recent, but I I really like the fact that you know you know the I forget his name, but the freaking monk came back.
Oh, Hakushi.
Yeah, I almost said Japanese Mordecai, but that wouldn't have been correct. But yeah, I like the fact that his his oldest rival in Hakushi came back. And well, do we have to worry about spoilers?
Well, the match has been about a couple weeks old. I think you can spoil it a bit.
It's the podcast. Half of the shit is half the freaking podcast here always spoiling shit. So what's the point? So go ahead, man.
Spoiler alert: Hakushi died again.
That was
Now
crazy.
I now I kind of want to go back and watch classic Muda matches.
All right. Well, for Muto, like I said, I learned about him in that Virtual Pro Wrestling 64 game when looking up the translation and which person was which on GameFAQs. Looked up some of his stuff, learned about his leaving New Japan for All Japan, learned about Wrestle 1. I'd have to say the best matches I ever seen of his was the one match him and Tenaru had in All Japan in 2001. Him and Vader, I believe it was G1 Climax. It was a G1 Climax. They had a match that was really good. And then, of course, I would say his best Muda match. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll just say the match with Shinzaki, who was Hakushi at the 96 April Tokyo Dome show.
You mean when Hakushi died the first time?
Yes. Those would be my three for best Muda matches. And each of the three musketeers, they all had a strength. Fighting style, like in terms of getting the spirit, that went to Hashimoto. Technical ability, that went to Chono. But when it came to charisma, that went to Muto. Even in his 60s, he's still able to get the crowd into anything he does.
Even even when he misses the razzle dazzle elbow and has to yell "motherfucker"
Yeah,
as
he
he
does
missed.
that.
Yes, that's the thing he does.
It's great. But at this show, we have several matches and even some invitationals to other promotions. Let's take a look at some of this. Our first match is actually the current GHC Tag Team Champions, Masa Kitami and Daiki Inaba, as they're facing off Yoshiki Inamura, who's a very promising mid-carder in Noah, and a young boy, Yasutaka Yano. How do you guys feel about that as the opener?
I I I like the being being the Noah fan here. I I like the opener and I like the Noah team, but it's obvious that they're taking the L because half of their team is a young boy, and we know how we know how this dojo system young boy shit works.
All right, how about you, JM? How do you think about that match, and who do you think will win?
I'm not a Noah guy, so I have no comment.
Well, you have the tag team champions versus a good mid-carder and a young boy.
Obviously, the champs are probably going to win.
Okay. And how about you, Skittles?
Like I
Where's the card at?
Okay, give me a second. I'll send you the link, and while I'm doing that, JM, continue.
About
was going to
what?
say that I don't follow the product, so I wouldn't know anything.
Yeah. So why you telling him to continue? Who the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that way we don't have like blank space, so he could tell us something.
You need me to say shit? I can say shit. The fuck? You know me.
Okay, well, how about you, Skittles? How do you think about this match? Who do you got?
Whoever sucks the best dick is gonna win. So I go with the
Bruh.
champs.
This isn't a pheromones match.
I wish it was, but you know.
Oh, wow. Well, it sounds like we're all unanimous. Masakita Miya and Daiki Inaba will win the match.
Oh shit! BJW just had a tag league.
Oh, that's good for
Anyways,
them. But that's our match two. This is I don't know how to react to this one because only a few of these people I recognize. It's
Course,
the
you want me to read it? I'm looking at the card in my
oh, I
second
could
tab.
take care of that. I'll take care of that. We have the Tokyo Joshi Pro 8-woman tag team match, 4-on-4. We
okay.
have
Before we continue, I just want to talk about Tokyo Choshi Pro, right? I'm gonna say this about Choshi Pro. It's not as good as Stardom, but I'm trying my best to keep up with them. And because I actually, when I saw this one chick with the goddamn tail, I was hooked automatically.
Bro.
Cat ears and tail. Let's get the fuck going, baby.
Yeah.
Anyways, go
Now
ahead.
with Tokyo Joshi Pro, I don't follow enough of it. I
I
know
want
that
to follow it
they
more.
have a partnership with AEW. And some of the wrestlers I think here I've heard of them, and some of them I believe have been on AEW TV before.
Yeah, all
I'm going to be the one to try to keep up with Tokyo Joshi Pro in this damn server. Probably.
Okay,
I'm
and
gonna try.
JM is like
He's
he's
anti
he
fucking
is
Tokyo Joshi.
not a fan of Tokyo Joshi Pro, so I take it when this match is on,
He's going to doze off.
he's going
He's
to get a bathroom break, a lunch break, come back
not.
with a cup of coffee.
He's going
Are
to
we
have a
accurate,
whole.
JM?
I don't know about a cup of coffee in the afternoon.
You're gonna find any excuse to not watch this match because it's Tokyo Joshi Pro. That's the joke. Okay, but either way, the 4-on-4 we have here, it's Miyu Yamashita, Rika Tatsumi, Shoko Nakajima, Yuka Sakazaki as they face off Maki Ito, Miya Watanabe, Mizuki, and Yuki Arai. I don't know enough about each teams here. I know about Shoko Nakajima, Maki Ito, and Miyu Yamashita, but I'm just gonna say Shoko and Miyu sound like they're bigger names of Tokyo Joshi Pro than Maki Ito. So I'm going to say that team is going to win. How about you guys?
yep.
I am going for whoever has to win.
But but this
What a neutral answer.
but this but this next six-man tag match is gonna look is really good.
Oh,
You
yeah.
you mind you mind if I read this one out since
No,
it's
I can
got
take
no
care of
people
that.
in it?
We'll get there. Just first things first, JM, on a scale of 1 to 10, how little will you care about this match?
Which
Which
match?
one?
The Tokyo Joshi Pro match. Scale of 1 to 10, how little will you care?
4.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, that's an answer. I was
Look,
not
I gotta be
expect.
entertained. Look, wait, man. I need to be entertained by something here before we get to what I really care about.
Oh yeah. Second half of the card looks really good too. Match 3. This is a very interesting bout. We got a guy from New Japan that's frequenting Noah, two Noah guys, and then a recently made stable in Noah featuring a guy who left All Japan. That's right. We got Takashi Sugiura, Timothy Thatcher, and Satoshi Kojima versus the good-looking guys stable of Jake Lee, Jack Morris, and Anthony Green.
Are they really that good looking?
Well, I don't know.
Matter of fact, let me go and Google.
Yeah,
Mm,
Skittles, you'll be the judge for that. I just find
yeah,
it funny
I
that the
am the
stable
fucking
name
judge.
is Good Looking Guys or GLG because
Jake Lee.
JM,
Let's look up Jake Lee. Let me see what he looks like.
like
Well,
JM,
You
remember
know
that?
what? He's not a bad looking dude. I might even.
But is he a good looking dude?
He's a bad motherfucker. But just
I'm
Okay,
saying.
so I guess the stable's got an
That's
accurate
the
name.
deal.
They need to get an the good looking guys. They need to get an ugly guy and make him the guy who eats pins. He
Gonna be
loses
mad
because
as
he's
shit.
not good looking enough. That's the
All right,
idea.
Jack Morris. Let's see what this. Oh, okay.
That response. Oh, okay. Like he's like a hmm.
All right. All right. Anthony Green. He got a 6.63 on freaking Cage Match. So let's see how good he looks.
I figure Anthony Green is your type.
Well,
Nah. He's definitely He's definitely eating pins.
he's the pin eater.
Pin eater.
Okay.
But yeah,
Oh
first
man.
if if you don't mind me being a Noah guy, I'd like to give some insight on this match right quick.
Yeah. Go
How
tell us
much of
some.
a Noah guy you are?
It's more than you, I bet. Okay, let's continue.
Because I'm trying to get into Tokyo Joshi Pro. That's the thing. I'm, I'm. Well, the only reason why
Wait,
I had I still have the freaking Wrestle Universe subscription is for that DDT match, but I might
I
actually look more into it.
I I can't I can't really. All I can say is this this match is probably going to be really good. I can't pick a winner here because you've got solid workers on both sides. I,
Oh yeah,
I'm going to end this comment with I'll be pleased whomever wins this match.
that's a good answer. I know Jake Lee has been doing pretty well in the echelon in Noah, so it's nice to see that they're treating him well after leaving All Japan.
Yeah, Jake Lee seems to have finally found a home where he can feel free to express himself.
By being a good-looking guy, allegedly. But as I was gonna say,
He is. He's a fucking dilf, bro. Dad, I like to fuck, bro.
JM, do you have a comment on that? Do you agree with Skill's
That motherfucker a
analysis on
dilf,
Jake
bro.
Lee?
Let's go. You already know who I want to win.
Okay. Well, we got a New Japan guy here, Kojima. How well do you think he'll do in this match?
Ain't no
Yeah, kill
dilf.
those fools.
Uh,
Enjoy it while you have him. He's coming. His deal ends in April.
Okay. Well, here we go with this match. This is gonna be a close one, but I'm thinking if the good-looking guys are gonna lose, Anthony Green is gonna eat
Anthony,
the pin.
Anthony Green's definitely eating that goddamn pin.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Well,
for
he's a
the
good looking guy, but he ain't no fucking the same.
but the other guys,
The other guys I would like to
I
have a threesome with. But okay, come on, let's
the
go. Next match.
the Segura is most definitely not eating any pins in that match.
Nah, man, let me tell you who's gonna eat the pin. Fucking Sakura.
You son of a gun. Well, next up, we have a 10-man tag match featuring the junior heavyweights of Noah. We
Yeah.
got Yoshinari Ogawa, the veteran of Noah's junior division and former GHC heavyweight champion, unfortunately, as he teams with coming back from injury Hayata, Eita from Dragon Gate, Daga, and Chris Ridgway.
Wait, Daga?
Yeah, that's right. Lucha
Hold up.
Underground Daga.
Oh shit. Oh, I did not know he's in this fucking promotion. That's crazy.
He's coming in for like a cup of coffee here and there. As
Never heard
they
that
face
motherfucker in a while.
off one of my favorite juniors in Noah, Yohei, Seiki Yoshioka. Very, like, been doing very good ever since coming from Excursion recently. Junta Miyawaki, Atsushi Kotoge, and a very good Lucha wrestler, Alejandro. This is going to be a close one, but I'm probably going to say Ogawa's team's probably going to win because veteran status.
yeah. Ah, This is this is another match where I really can't pick a winner because you you've got mostly solid workers on on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say about every single other match?
That's one way. But,
But my pick to win, there's no twink Dante Leon, so I don't care. But since but since Daga is in this match, I'm definitely gonna care. So yeah, Daga team probably. Plus you got uh Mr. Zebra himself, Ogawa. So yeah,
Zebra man, although not really.
yeah, that was a. We gotta do Hustle 3 sometime in the future. All
no
right, and
man,
Jay,
we
any
got we got we got. Fuck, I can't talk. We
we're just
gotta
having fun with this card.
we gotta watch a Osaka Pro show.
Oh, definitely in the
Oh
future.
yeah,
We
I'm
need to have a
definitely gonna.
comedy wrestling day.
Yes, we need to.
All right, and Jay, any comments of what you see? Any wrestlers you notice on this 10-man tag you're interested in?
I'm surprised that that the husband of a canceled wrestler is here. Hey,
Well, I
Doc.
mean, he's not the canceled wrestler herself, Tessa
No,
Blanchard.
I said the husband of canceled of
Yeah, but the
legendary
thing is,
canceled
he
wrestler.
just because you're
We're talking
related
about
doesn't make you
Daga.
guilty by content.
Are we talking about Daga?
Yeah,
I never
no,
said that.
yeah, like
Who?
Daga
Who?
was formerly married to Tessa Blanchard or dating Tessa Blanchard, something like
That's
that.
crazy. Anyways,
That's wild as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess whatever team Dog is in, because I remember him from Lucha Underground.
All right. So it seems
fucking
like
better,
people are going to
motherfucker.
be checking the Ogawa team based on veteran status and also Chris Ridgway. When he does show up in Noah, he does well. But unfortunately,
No,
whoever's
the
in
reason why
charge of his passport refuses to let him come to Noah sometimes.
the reason why we picked tag team is because of Daga. Get it right.
Yeah, I know. All right. Now, next up, this is going to be a crazy one. We got a 8-man tag team match.
Get it fucking right.
All
Can you read?
No, apparently not. Now, as I was going to say, I went to public school. You should know this. Now, either
I
way,
do too, and I can read the fuck.
now either way, the 8-man tag team match showcasing DDT.
Oh hell yeah!
We got the first team here of Mao, Shunma Katsumata, Toi Kojima, and Yuki Ueno as they
Also
face
known as
37 Kamina as their stable name.
whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, that's right. As they face off stable Burning and two other guys.
This is
The
not the real burning.
I was
Jun
just about to
Akiyama is in
say.
charge of Burning and DDT, if I recall. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay, fine.
But it's missing Akiyama. I think Akiyama would have made this match much better.
Yeah,
But let's see who's there to replace him. We got oh great, what a great first name. Tetsuya Endo, otherwise known as Nakajima victim. Wow.
Yikes,
not
I'm sorry. That concussion he got from Nakajima, that was very damaging. Wouldn't you
bro. My
say,
man
JM?
Nakajima was a fucking dickhead. That takes back the dog shit out of him.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
Nakajima.
That was
Nakajima slept
unfortunate.
the soul out that man. It's
yep.
funny.
I have no comment for this match. So
It's it's funny, but it's not funny at the
Yeah,
same.
Yeah,
it's a double-edged sword. Like,
it's a
God,
dark joke. Next up, we have the Yuya Koroku as the other member of Burning. I don't know enough about him. Hideki Okatana. I'm sorry, Hideki Okatani, and then Takeshi Masada.
bro.
Considering that one team is all stablemates while the other team is only half, I'm gonna say 37 Kamina is gonna win this over Burning and two guys.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There's no pheromones. Next match.
First, first, can 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 I read this one out, please?
Okay, Zach will now show us our next match.
6-man tag match. E First team: Iho the Dr. Wagner Jr., Naomichi Marufuji, and Ninja Mac
Hell
versus
yeah!
Zebrats, Diamante, Kai, and Shun Skywalker.
I literally thought that said dynamite, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, you complained about me not reading. Okay, now here we go.
Hey,
Well, either way, this is a Noah versus Dragon Gate match, and I gotta say, Dragon Gate.
John Skywalker's pretty good,
Oh yeah, he is definitely the best wrestler in Dragon Gate currently.
but this
Getting
man's
this,
now look or Anakin, so I don't care.
yes, he's the expanded universe edition.
He expanded the damn Star Wars universe with that last name.
Uh, yes, and
Eh,
I will say though, getting Dragon Gate here is good. And Noah, who would be the best picks to face off high flyers, acrobatic wrestlers?
And Ninja Mac himself.
Ninja Mac's a Ninja Mac's a great pick for that. And then
Okay,
Marufuji, he has a history of it, but he's more of a chopper than a flyer now.
I,
And
I,
then Hijo till Dr. Wagner Jr., great
Waggy.
pick, but I'm gonna rant right now. He should be called Dr. Wagner the Third, because you already had Dr. Wagner, and then Dr. Wagner Jr., and then son of Wagner Jr. No, you say Wagner the Third. It's much easier. Why did
Just call
the
him DW3.
or something like that? It's not that hard. Why do people do this? All right, now
You 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 done you done ranting
yes,
so I can tip people a winner finally. I'm
yes.
Damn, sassiness. That's crazy. Of course,
any,
you got bitched out by Zach. That's crazy.
I know. Okay, Zach.
anyway anyway for the for the first time this card I can tip the good people a winner. I'm I'm going to know a team cause cause it's got three of my boys on it. Wagner Jr., Marufuji, and that motherfucking boy Ninja Mac.
I'm saying that team too because you got two guys. They can take on acrobats very well, and Ninja Mac is there to compete in terms of why, yes, I was at Circuit du Soleil. How could you tell? As he's triple flipping onto Kai and Diamante as Wagner Jr. and Barafuji chop the shit out of Shun Skywalker. That's my prediction. JM, what type of stuff do you see in this match? Are you going to expect high spots?
Yeah, there's gonna be high spots.
All right. Of the
I
team-ins, okay.
I pick. Okay, so I am going for uh the team that has the guy that has the national anthem of Japan. So I go with the team of Marufuji because his national anthem is really inspiring. So, but I want to see how the Dragon Gate team goes. So, but if we're being technical here, Team Noah doesn't have a lightsaber, so Team Dragon Gate.
what what an edge. What a handicap. All right. Well, that's something. Now, this is a match that I think a lot of us were shocked that they announced for the card. A Noah
This,
versus All Japan match.
this
Revenge.
shit, when I heard about this six man, it it really knocked me out of my seat, bro. I'm like, when I saw when I saw this show up on the card, I'm like, there's no way they actually got this. I thought I was having a fever dream, bro.
That was just weird how that happened.
I
Well,
want to say something before we continue. All right.
Oh, all
okay.
right, go ahead.
Okay. So, this is about Kenta. This man. Say what you want about All Japan. He is the heart and soul.
Oh, yeah.
This man, Kento, is single-handedly carrying All Japan. Even though All Japan is not doing, you gotta respect Kento because this man is literally the only thing that gives All Japan a heart. So I don't. So I know we could slander about All Japan being a broke piece of shit that can be fixed because it has no gas in it. We know the problem with it. It got no gas in it. But we gotta give respect, give our flowers to fucking Kento, bro. Because I I seen some of his matches. You could see he has a passion. For it. He wants to make All Japan do, and I really trust with that. He's like how John Moxley said that he would do everything in his power to make sure AEW ain't going to shit. That's what Kento doing. He's really doing everything in his power to not make fucking All Japan in the shitter.
Hey,
I know we joke about all Japan and shit, right? But we got to say Kento is a true. He's a real one, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
Now,
Hmm?
I got this for you. Kento Miyahara really out here wearing the Make All Japan Great Again hat, and I don't hate it.
Nah, man. Nah, man. He's repping that blood, freaking red, bro. He
I will
bleeds
do.
red.
I will say, despite the flaws of All Japan currently, Kento Miyahara is definitely one of the pros in the promotion.
Right,
Man is working his ass off.
right. And I respect that a lot about that motherfucker, bro.
All right, so we know Kento Miyahara is on the team. The other two guys with him, we have Yuma Aoyagi and Suwama.
Eh,
That's Team All Japan. And who are they
huh.
facing? They're facing Congo from Noah, Keno, Katsuhiko Nakajima, and Manabu Soya. This is going to be a wild one because Soya had history in All Japan before leaving for Wrestle 1.
Yep.
And Nakajima and Miyahara are part of the Kensuke office trained by Sasaki, and from what I hear, these two guys do not like each other.
No, they do. I I have it from Boris that that these two Kensuke office boys hate each other's guts.
Now, JM, do you have anything to say about their hatred? Like, how much do you think they're gonna keep Miyahara and Nakajima away from each other in this match?
It is going to be very difficult if you know their history. Remember that he was the young boy to Nakajima, and Nakajima kind of laying it in on him, probably really bad. If it's like, I'm never gonna work with you ever again, and I'm going to All Japan.
That's right. He left for All Japan around the same time frame that the Jun Akiyama led Burning Exodus when Kena Kobashi was released in Noah, which would have featured Kanemaru, Aoki, Shiozaki, and Kotaro Suzuki. And
My pick.
he went
Oh,
up.
oh, never mind.
But
We
yeah,
not.
this match,
I was thinking.
I hope it's good, and I hope that Nakajima and Miyahara, leave the personal issues at the side and actually give what the fans what they want. Because I'm actually surprised they put these two in a match together, considering their hatred of each other or just dislike.
I'm I'm ex- because of how much those two really do not like each other. If if those two tangle, I'm expecting them to lay it in a bit. I'm expecting fireworks. Let's be
I'm
honest.
going to stare at the fucking blue light of my computer so hard and seeing.
Yeah,
But my pick to win, I Congo gonna win because one, fucking yes, and two, Kento is going to get some good licks in, and I'm. This is my prediction, not about who's gonna win yet, but my prediction is that Kento is going to stare deep into Nakajima's eyes while they lock on each other, ready to fucking beat the dog shit out of each other. They are try to they really want to shoot on each other. They might get some interaction some way somehow. Kongo gonna win because Nakajima is that goat. That man is a fucking living machine. Because the moment I saw him versus Shingo at that Wrestle Kingdom joint, Nakajima been my guy. So yeah, Nakajima is in the team. If it wasn't Keno or Nakajima it, in this match, Kento's gonna win. But since Nakajima is in this match, and I'm a big Nakajima mark, yeah, Congo.
I'm going
I'm
with Congo too because of these two. There's only two people that are going to eat the pin in this: Soya and Aoyagi. And considering Soya had that big match with Wagner Jr. recently,
Waggy,
yeah, yeah, DJ
waggy,
Waggy. Aoyagi,
DW3.
his whole career currently in All Japan is to get far but never far enough, and I think they're gonna, keep pushing that even at this show. I think Congo will win this match. How about you, JM?
Um, yeah, I see Noah going to destroy All Japan here.
All right, and
The fact that got the fact they got all Japan on this show is saying something.
yeah, that's
okay.
caught us off guard.
Oh man,
Mm,
well, they got to get a payday. Something they got to make some money somehow.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
no, Zach.
Times is hard. Times is hard for All Japan right now.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Unfortunately,
I'm I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it a step. I'm gonna take it a step further. Congo winning and Aoyagi's eating the pin.
That's, I think, how we're all predicting it, actually. Because Sawama will refuse to eat any pins. Miyahara's too high on the totem pole to eat a pin over in All Japan.
But I hope this is just me speculating, and I'm not a source because I'm not Dave Meltzer try to get freaking crucified. But but I am speculating that this might lead to All Japan and Noah having a partnership. Probably not. Probably not. But I hope. Because if they got Kento, their top guy in this show, then that gotta say something.
Oh, yeah. It'd be interesting
And
to see what they do.
if they do that, I hope to see Kento versus Keno, and Kento versus Kaito, and Kento versus Nakajima. I hope so.
All right. And now this is the part of the show where JM will talk to us more about what goes on because it's the Noah versus New Japan series.
Yeah,
This is when JM comes alive.
Down time for the big kid, the grown up stuff, the big kid stuff, the big. We're out of the little kid table now. We're in the big kid table now.
Boy,
It's the
what a
grown up table now. It's for the grown ups now.
well,
The force when you
well,
need them.
oh my gosh, that would totally be great. We do a UWF rules match, Boris versus JM in real life.
Oh, that should be fun. I'm commentating that motherfucker. I'm roasting both of them.
All right, here we go. The first match of 4 of the Noah versus New Japan series. I call this the bathroom break match because this one does not interest me at all. Representing Noah, you got
You about to
Nosawa.
get crucified.
I mean, look at this match. It's Nosawa, Rongai, and Mazada versus Bullet Club's Taiji Ishimori and Gato. Like I said, you got 2 guys who are known to help do booking backstage. A guy who I haven't remembered existing for a long time. And then Taiji Ishimori, one of the top juniors in New Japan currently, with a history of Noah too. So I'm thinking, I think they might actually have Nosawa and Mazada. If
Nah,
they're gonna
brother, this
win,
is
they're
going.
gonna be pinning Gato.
No, this is going to bullet. Why? Because Ishimori is the only one to have won his match at the last event,
He's the
and this
only.
man, and that other con artist Nosawa, whose record in JCW sucked ass. He will be isn't he retiring?
I don't know. I know he was a former All Asia Tag Team Champion in All Japan recently, losing the title to,
Not,
of all
anyway,
people,
was he retiring from Noah?
I don't remember if he is or not, but
Yeah. Well, look, man, Ishimori is higher in the totem pole than freaking Nosawa and Mazada.
yes, but
Okay.
they're at the same level as Gato, so they might do something crazy like that where they pin Gato and Taiji is just looks at Gato and said, "My expectations have been ruined. My disappointment is unmeasurable. Gato, my day is ruined." But either
Right.
way, I'm saying most likely Bullet Club will win this because
Yeah.
Taiji is the only guy I care about in this match.
But he also has the helpful aid of the blacksmith,
But
and he's
Gato
gonna
is
be,
on the
and
same
he's
level
gonna
as
be,
Nosawa and
he's gonna,
Mazada on the totem pole.
yeah, but he's gonna be smithing up a master plan.
Yes, it's called not eating the pin.
Because he ain't going to. That ain't gonna work for him, brother.
Because
He's
Mazada is
gonna
probably eating
no,
that.
no pin, no bumps.
It's just good. The match just turns into a singles match where it's Ishimori and Osawa. Oh my, that's gonna be a fun one. In terms of me not watching, I'm sorry, that's the bathroom break match for me. I know some people will hate that, but hey, that's just me. All right,
Hey man, that man,
All right, who
that
else
man brings it
going?
on, but he's in GTO.
all
All
right.
right.
Match number 2.
No, wait. Me and Zach never picked yet, dickhead.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
I was too concentrated on JM. Sorry, Skittles. Who do you got?
Bullet Club's gonna win because I don't know. Taichi.
All right, and how
my
about you? Zach.
My heart, my heart, my heart wants me to pick the Noah team, but I'm gonna do the smart thing and pick with my head. Bullet Club got this.
All right.
Anyways, singles match. Makasa taking on against my baby daddy.
What's his name? What is your baby daddy's name?
Hiromu Hiromu Takahashi.
There we go. Two junior heavyweight champions from Noah and New Japan battling it off. This is going to be a very interesting match because I like both of these guys. JM,
Hiromu's
do you have
telling
anything to
me,
say?
all right, I'm thinking either Hiromu's winning this or this is going to end up as a draw. Because Hiromu is not taking a fall when he's got a future title match with Leo Rush on the finals of the New Japan Cup.
Yeah, but they're both champions. So this could end up being where it's either count out, disqualification, time limit draw, or interference. This is I
Something
don't
tells me
if
this
there's
could
a
play what something in this match is going to play into the Junior All Star show.
oh definitely.
That's that's probably the smart call.
Hiromu's gonna
Because
win because I love him.
in normal circumstances, Hiromu's not taking a big loss when he's got a Leo Rush title defense coming up.
Yeah, Namakusa though, he's got a title match in the future too. He's still champion. It's like
Yeah,
both of
I'm
these
gonna
guys don't want to
say
lose because of their big matches in the future, but at the same time, one
I'm
of
I'm
them's
gonna
got to
say
thinking,
lose
draw.
somehow.
I'm, I'm thinking, I'm thinking either either drawn match count out or somebody's getting DQ'd.
Yeah, I don't see a clean finish in this match as much as we want to see it. But if it happens, I don't really see us complaining. I
Mm-hmm.
just expect this to basically be one of the matches that steals the show. So we all have our answers on this one. Now, this next match, this is probably going to steal the entire show,
Oh,
considering
what
the
a random this
build-up.
match.
This is quite the build-up. We got two world champions. We got IWGP Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada and
Mr.
GHC Heavy.
Okada.
Shut your bitch ass up, JM.
Now, as I was saying before, JM interrupted me like a little, like a Gato or a Jado maybe. Then we got a GHC heavyweight champion, Kaito Kiyomiya. This
I got a rant.
is all right. Skittles rant.
I got a rant about this. All right, so Okada's a fucking bitch, bro. I swear to fucking god. Like, so I remember when y'all was getting on Jay White a professional and shit, even though as a reason basically not care about the main event because Jay White technically beat Okada more times than Okada beat him.
Yeah,
So, so
That
technically,
wasn't the issue.
shut your bitch ass up. I'm not done before I smack you out with a goddamn dildo.
What?
So, so the thing is, yes, Jay White didn't even build up his match, and I feel like he has a reason to because what's the point? Two things was going to happen. One, we already know the outcome, and two, none of us really care because the fact that we all knew I was probably going to win. A lot of us want Jay White to win because we want a new era. We don't want to see Okada hold the title again. It's rinse and repeat. So when Okada acting like a dickhead, basically not even giving Kaito that match because of his specific reasons, being that it's not for the title. Why do I even have to bother? Da, 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 da. It's a fucking Christ, man. Okada, this is a money match, and you don't want that to happen. You don't care about it because Noah,
brother,
fucking Christ, this is money. Okada, what are
are
you
you stupid,
doing? It's like I really hope Kaito beat the dog shit out of Okada. That shit, bro. I really hope because that shit is not cool. It's almost unprofessional, but shit, man. Like, come on, dog. You technically burying this motherfucker. When Kaito called you out once to have a match, and you just don't give a fuck. Like, what the fuck, bruh? You almost doing what Jay White was doing. The fuck,
Actually,
but
you
now
are
you want
doing what Jay was doing.
yeah, and now you want to build a match, motherfucker. Really? Like this shit's fucking damn near hypocritical and shit. Like, come on now.
It's like, bruh, really, bruh? Come on.
I don't need no ad libs, Zach. This is not a rap song. But yeah, that's just my little rant because I kind of see a double it because I kind of see the fucking uh hypocrisy. Also, Zach, you was also saying that Jay White was being a fucking um unprofessional fuck, but you're not saying about this. Not until now.
No, I mean, I was
I
trying
don't
to,
think
I was
no,
trying to
like
agree with you when I
I'm
was like,
talking,
come on, bruh.
but
But
I'm
you was
talking
like,
about when we was talking about Jay White like a few months, well, a
oh,
month ago.
oh yeah.
Yeah, don't think I remember that. I still remember that.
Damn, I thought you forgot about that. Fuck me.
Nah, I remember a lot of things. So yeah, besides the wrestling, in some sense, besides my own memories. So yeah, but that was my little fucking tangent. So
But
yeah,
yeah, I do gotta agree with Skittles here that it's
yeah.
like it's like Okada. Not only are you being unprofessional, it's like you acting allergic to making money, my guy. You need to make money. You have a child now. Come on, son.
Gotta do this because it's
He's
a
the
dream
highest
match.
paid person in the fucking company.
Yeah, like I this is some weird stuff. I feel like I'm a fly on the wall here. I can't even talk. That's how weird it is. Okay,
'Cause
so JM, do you have any comments to say? Oh
Yeah,
boy.
man. Mr. Okayo's gonna. This man's eating. There's a rainmaker eating in his future. The only way I see Okada losing this match is you got to think about it this way. He had a title defense just recently, right? He's got another title defense 7 days from now, this weekend at Battle in the Valley. If they're gonna play into, oh, he had like two defenses recently, I can see Okada losing that way because Okada is not losing clean to Kiyomiya if they were going to do that.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I took a shining visit this motherfucker.
Because that's another thing. Kiyomiya is basically been given the torch from Muto as from the retirement tour.
Yeah, so don't fucking let your goddamn master down, dickhead. Damn it,
So there's
Kaito,
a
you better
lot
not lose
going
this
on
shit.
in this match. All I can say is the safe answer for this is probably the old fashioned champion versus champion territory day wrestling where it's a time limit draw.
Third man
That
time
or a
limit,
double
hopefully.
disqualification. I could see that happening, and then they could build up for the more in the future. But for what we
You know
have
what they
here,
could do? You know what they could do?
what's that?
They could have a referee, not a stoppage, but like the ref throughout the match because they too busy shooting on each other.
Maybe,
That
maybe, but I think
that might be possible.
Yeah,
I still
but
think
like,
time limit draw is
think
the
about it.
safe one to go with.
I think it's also going to be based on whatever they're going to say to each other at the conference that's coming up this week.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
fucking Kaito
Because remember, they
kicked
said
this
they're doing a
shit
press conference face to face on Noah's broadcast.
oh
to
yeah,
join. Oh, batting. So,
oh yeah, oh yeah. Batting. We're in the middle of the thing right now. We're talking about the Muto card at the moment.
Hello.
Yeah. So we're
first,
on
you
Oh
did
yeah,
not
this.
the
even tell
Tokyo Dome
everybody about
show.
this shit to
I
let everybody know. You fucking fool.
I didn't know whether they wanted to be in or not, and I thought
Man,
four
No,
people would
no,
be.
he
I
didn't
thought
say
four
anything. He
people.
said nothing.
I thought
nah,
four people would be a better aspect for this.
because you could have like add everybody just to let them know that hey, we're currently recording. So yeah,
Okay, well, I can edit this out if you want. But either way, Batting Hat, welcome.
Hello.
Okay, would you like to come in to announce what you think of this match, or do you want to keep him in?
Now, which match exactly?
We're on
Okada versus Kiyomiya?
Kiyomiya and Okada. Yep.
Okay. So first of all, I am obviously very excited for this. We all know that Kiyomiya has always wanted a big singles match against Okada, and Kiyomiya is finally going to get that chance. He took matters into his own hands by, kicking Okada in the face, trying to provoke the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. I'm obviously excited for this match. I'm sure that it's gonna be really great because Okada and Kiyomiya, are very, very talented wrestlers. Especially Kiyomiya, he's really impressed me despite his very young age. And honestly, I feel that like this match is probably going to most likely end in some kind of time limit draw or something, since I don't know I don't know if they're really gonna pull the trigger on maybe Okada winning, since we all know Kiyomiya is probably not gonna win this match.
All right, I think that seems to be the consensus from all of us here.
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
and now it is time for the main event.
Oh boy.
Keiji Mutoh versus Tetsuya Naito.
Wait, why are you laughing? Why are you?
Because
You
I
were
can't
literally
wait
like,
to hear JM's comments.
oh my god.
So JM, would you
My
like to start?
To be a fraud. That con man. That man whose jelly knees and body is literally falling apart like a Lego. He's like a broken action figure trying to see. You ever had those toys, the action figures back in the day, and you try to super glue the legs, but they keep falling off?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
oh my god.
That's Keiji Muto right now.
Oh wow.
I This man's literally falling apart, literally before her eyes. But watch this no good con man. He's gonna pull a Kevin Nash. He's like, it's a fake leg all along, brother. It was a work. I was working that I was injured.
Well, he had that oxygen therapy he's going through for his hamstrings. Something that
Yeah,
He
like
makes
people like Messi or Ronaldo do in soccer or football, depending on where you live in the
but,
world.
but this
Yep.
ain't soccer. This is pro wrestling.
yeah, yeah. This is the wrestling business, of course. Everything you can't count anything as a work.
Well, you get what I mean. Where like it
He's working you, of course. He's
well, let's.
kayfabing. This man Naito is gonna Destino. I'm worried when Naito tries to Destino this man. Can his knees handle the weight, or is he gonna somehow buckle?
Oh my gosh, it's
The
gonna be
only thing
crazy.
about the match is Naito is putting this con man out the pasture.
He's gonna old yeller his ass, pretty
Oh,
much.
Yeah.
all
And
right.
then
Well,
wait until 2, 3 months later, where this man's gonna do another vanity project. He's gonna be like, "This is the final match of Super Black Ninja, Kokoshi Muso." Just watch.
Oh my god.
oh man, that'd be silly.
He's gonna pull an Onita. Just watch.
Oh my gosh.
Mm. Yeah. All right. I want to know my thoughts about this whole match.
Yes, tell me.
All right. So, I am worried as hell for Keiji Muto. First of all, because he is a very like from his actions leading up to this match, he is clearly very very desperate in order to get that compete, to basically be able to compete in the main event. He's doing that oxygen therapy you guys were telling about, which is actually super expensive. Like, I give him respect because he's trying to get into to wrestle for this, main event match, despite, the high possibility that Muto might get crippled or even worse, probably go out like Randy the Ram and die in the ring.
That shit would be
Uh,
fucking
Wow.
insane.
Wow. Way to spoil the wrestler. I hadn't seen it yet, but
You haven't
come
seen
on,
it
man.
yet? The movie is from
How have you?
2008.
This movie's from 2008. Don't blame me for being so slow.
Well, while we're at it, would you like me to spoil what Rosebud was in Citizen Kane?
Ah, dude, I didn't actually watch the movie before. You can go
You ruined my
spoil
joke, dang it! Now I can't spoil it because
it.
then again, you can compare that with that where we spoiled when you haven't seen it. So okay, let's continue on. Continue on. Benny had. Is there anything
Ah,
else?
all right. Uh, I think that Naito, despite Naito being a little bit slower than before, Naito's still good. He's still fine. He's still good. And looking back, like when I first saw that Muto's final ever match in the pro wrestling business is him versus Naito, at first I was confused. I was like, why is Muto facing off against Naito? I know they faced off against each other at Wrestle Kingdom 11, I think it was. I'm not completely sure. Um, uh, I wanted Muro's retirement to be kind of like Kobashi's retirement, but this time it's in the Tokyo Dome. Maybe like some eight-man tag team match where Muro teams up with people he knows from the past, like Hiroshi Hase, for example. But that didn't happen. They basically made Muro go up against Naito, and again, like I said before, at first I was kind of baffled by this, but looking back, I feel that Naito is probably the overall best decision for Muto's final retirement match because back when Naito was getting up in the main event scene, that failed run that he had before he became, uh,
Lij.
before he founded, well, yeah, before he founded the Los Ingobernables de Japón, and yeah, Naito, he was compared a lot to Muto, and to shut up those claims from the fans, Naito went up against Muto at Wrestle Kingdom. I don't know which one it was exactly, probably Wrestle Kingdom 11. And Muto won. So I believe that this could be Naito's redemption arc, and this match could truly propel Naito to be like a true legend. Because in New Japan, like, look, Naito is a legend. I think he's really great. But in New Japan, he was mainly behind Okada's shadow, like kind of like how Toshiaki Kawada was always behind Misawa's shadow whenever they faced off. So this could be like a very good chance for Naito to cement himself as being like an equal to Okada or being like a GOAT level talent by being the last opponent of Keiji Muto. And we all know how legendary Muto is. All the great matches and all the things that he did in his career. Like even Muto himself, like if you look at one part of Muto's career, when you look at him as just Keiji Muto, he's a legend. When you look at him as just the great Muta, he's a legend. And when you look at like when you combine both of his career together, like you know, it's it's safe to say that Keiji Muto was truly an icon in a lot of areas.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely a good insight for this match. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I just
right,
hope I'm not wrong.
all right. Skittles, Zach. Would any of you two like to go next?
Uh, I'm just I'm just worried that to, to use an old school term from a sport I like that's not wrestling. I'm j- I'm just worried that Muto's gonna get crippled up after this, and I'd hate to, even though I've not been a Muto fan for that long, I'd hate to see a legend of Puro wind up like me, as I am. For those of you that don't know, I am confined to a wheelchair,
Yeah, my, that's
and I'd hate to see a legend like Muto go out like that.
Sorry about that, Zach.
All right. So,
all right. Skittles, it's your turn.
Right. So I have a few things about this match because I know. Stop fucking going to sleep. God damn it, computer. No, it keeps going to sleep. I'm trying to tell it. Not fucking that. Okay. Anyways, so there is a few things I would say about this match because. Damn. So I think Naito is a really interesting pick. Only reason why because I was thinking it was might be Tanahashi because both men has history, or I don't know some other. But I'm not mad at the fact it's Naito because both guys are dead ass like literally fucking have shit knees. That's kind of funny. So I'm not like too worried about this match at all. I know it's gonna be a good match because Naito is a fucking like really good and who the fuck tagged me?
Continue.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
and
But but so the thing is that Naito he has a dumbass knee. Same with KG, so they're match made in heaven. And here's one thing I would say. I hope Keiji Muto at the end of this match he could sit his ass down and just be retired and enjoy life. But this is Muto's last chance to go all out to put everything out there to literally finally could do his last dance. Cause I see this cause I see this fuck I see this as a last dance. You know, go all out, do what you want to do, make this match memorable, and not like how Ric Flair last match is. The difference between KG and Ric Flair has been living since the dawn of time. He was Adam for Adam and Eve, bro. He was there since God said, "Let there be light." So of course he's gonna be a fucking damn near die in the ring. But for KG, he could finally retire, do his final Shining Wizard and last moonsault, and never do it again. For everybody's heart to not drop. But I think this match is
Well,
I think this match is, it's gonna be good. Naito's gonna do a Destino. KJ's gonna do a Shining Wizard. They're probably gonna do a fucking spot where the Destino gets countered to a Dragon Leg Screw, which gets countered to a freaking like a Achilles lock or some shit, which gets countered to a figure four. Then it gets broken off. Naito try to get up, Shining Wizard, Moonsault, miss, Stardust press. Maybe Naito wins, just to give Muto the final bow, or KG wins and they both hug each other. But either way, whoever wins this match will come out not just a victor, but but come out to a final bow. So, but if Naito wins this match, that will boost him up to another status because I beat Keiji Muto and retired him technically, and it could probably set him up to be the next. I don't know, fucking Okada. I don't know,
Koga, brother.
but this match might be fucking good. I hope. If it's shit, I'm gonna nearly kirk off on fucking this match. But yeah, that's just how I see it and how I think. Who do I want to win? I want KG to win because that's my papa. But part of me feels like KG's not going to win this match. But I'm still going to root for my dad. Fucking KG Muto.
All right. My analysis. Naito is obviously going to win. It is great to see Muto doing everything he can to be as physically fit as he, physically and mentally can be for this retirement show. And I think the match is going to be similar to what Kiyomiya and Muto did during the retirement tour last year. A few moves, but they told a story through that whole show, through those few moves. And of course, I think the reason why Naito was picked was he has various similarities in terms of what Muto does, in terms of charisma, like the whole, like that. Almost like a kindred spirit. That's probably why he picked him as a retirement opponent.
Yep.
But I think that's everything for that show. And overall, I think everyone's going to be happy to see that show. And this is the biggest retirement show in since the Tenaru and the Kobashi retirement shows. I wonder how many people they'll get. We'll find out. All right, and now our final topic is the announcement of the 2023 New Japan Cup. We have
Hmm.
24 wrestlers involved in this. Let's go
Way,
through.
way lower than last time.
Oh, yeah, because, that was kind of one of those things to just get everyone's attention type of tournaments. So this is what we have our first show. We have the following matches to start. March 5th is when the tournament starts. We got Sonata and Taichi facing each other. I think I know who's
Let's
winning
go.
this match. Who does
Sonata,
everyone?
hopefully.
Okay, who does everyone else got?
Tai Chi.
Uh,
Taichi.
Wait for the wait. We're talking about the tournament, right?
yep. The very first match on this tournament is Taichi and Sonata.
Oh
I
fucking. I'm hoping Sonata, but
I
Haichi
really
won my heart.
Yeah, if this was like
I
2018, it would be Sonata, but at the past few years, Taichi has been going up the totem pole while Sonata's been going down. I'm saying Taichi wins this match.
But whoever wins has to fight Kenta.
That's right. Kenta's got a bye and
Ah,
he'll
come on.
face.
Yep, and
Kenta's
possibly.
not the
And
same
here's the
Kenta like
thing with
before, so
yep. Here's the thing with Kenta. There's a strong possibility he could be the strong open weight champion by the time by the time the cup happens.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
probably
There's a
why he's
strong
got the
possibility
bye,
on
is
Saturday.
because of that big strong show coming up.
right then. The next match on the New
Oh,
Japan Cup is oh my God, Tatsuya Naito versus El Phantasmo. Oh
That's gonna
God.
be don't be disingenuous. That's gonna be that's match of the night.
that's definitely a main
Match of the
event.
night in your dreams.
Well, his dreams have become
Don't be
reality.
disingenuous, Patty.
Ho, ho, ho.
Well, don't be disingenuous. Tenuous, Patty. Yeah, he can work.
Yeah,
Naito
batting
can work,
hat.
but ELP certainly can't.
Yeah, like I said, the batting hat is a big detractor of El Phantasmo. He doesn't like
you
his
don't
Look, I
want
don't,
style.
I don't, I don't
you don't want
think he's like the worst. Like El Phantasmo, like he can do certain things right. Okay, I think his gimmick is all right.
you don't want the
His flips
headbanger.
are nice, but in terms of actual wrestling, he's not.
Did you
His
not
most of
see?
his moves kind of look weak. Honestly, they
Did
just
you not
nah.
see his match that he had with Tama that was really good over the weekend? And he had a pretty good G1 also.
You don't like the
Well,
headbanger.
yes, but that's carried by the other opponents, because they're better than
Ooh.
him.
Okay, we are getting some massive things here. Okay,
boys, boys,
You don't
boys,
like
who do
the
let's
you guys
headbanger.
got for this match? I know batting hat saying Naito. How about everyone else?
Naito, of course.
I know.
My
I already.
man, my man don't like the headbanger. What the hell? You want the headbanger?
it
You know the
Uh,
head.
look,
I'm a fucking headbanger. That
look,
theme's
look,
awesome, though.
look. It I'm gonna pick Naito because it's Naito, but it'll be good either way.
All right,
Yeah, man, gotta
Skittles.
have that headbanger. I'm a
look, man, he
fucking
should thank his lucky
headbanger.
stars that he should thank his lucky stars that Jug's not here.
But
All right.
but no, who's gonna win? Chase. Um,
All right, I'm gonna go with
Same with
Naito too.
Sanada and Taichi. So, okay, so Sanada is probably going to win, but fucking Kenta's going to kick his head in. So, next match.
Okay, the winner will get to face
Face off
Chase
against Chase
Owens
Owens.
in the
Chase
bye.
Owens
They'll
going to
face,
win. I don't give
they'll
Chase
face
Owens is gonna
a.
lose.
they're gonna
I
face the
know.
Yeah.
man with the most protected finish in the company.
Yeah, but he's still
Package
gonna
Power
lose.
Driver 1, 2, 3. I don't care who
He's
wins.
gonna lose
My
big
tra-
time.
my
All
trainer
right,
also has the package pile driver,
all right, and
so
also up next, right, is Red Narita. He's
Ren
taking on
Narita.
Cable's. He's taking on Cable's favorite wrestler ever,
Ren
Evil.
Narita. Ren Narita.
all right. Pretty sure
Yeah,
that Shibata
Red
Junior
Narita
Junior
wins.
is gonna beat
LOL.
Evil.
Jeff Cobb
I'm pretty
comes
sure.
in
I,
toward the islands. Ren Narita.
I don't know, man. There's a master plan from Mister To Go.
But I'm going to
Bruh,
say this, though. But I'm going to say
bruh,
this.
I don't
Ren
know
Narita's
about
going.
that though.
I'm going to say this. Ren Narita's going to win. Jeff Cobb, Ren Narita, toward the islands. 1, 2, 3. Ren Narita.
So Red Narita beats
I
Evil, but winner
I don't
faces
know.
Jeff Cobb in the bye.
Ren Narita.
I
There's
think
the
that
thing. I don't know if it's gonna go that way because remember that they might be setting up Jeff Cobb to face Kenny Omega for the U.S. title at some point.
which is
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Toward the islands. 1, 2, 3. Ren Narita.
Red Narita's new gimmick is he steals finishers. Wow.
Nah, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb's gonna land the tour of the islands. Then Ren Narita's gonna pin him. It's
That
a
doesn't
Fire
make
Pro win.
sense. That doesn't make sense. Well, next up we have our next match: Toriano and Mark
Toriano's gonna
David.
win.
Okay, we
Lol.
need to stop interrupting each other here. It's like the New Japan
Bro,
Cup is more chaotic than we thought it would be if we keep
we
interrupting.
were
bro,
we were
I
doing
didn't even
good
say my
all
opinions
show,
on
We were
the
lads.
doing
Narita
so
versus
good
Evil
at not,
match.
guys. We were doing so good at not interrupting each other, and then New Japan Cup time, we can't concentrate. Damn it. Okay,
I'm just doing it for the memes. That's all.
I
My bad.
know, I know, but still,
Let's
we try to
but
be a little bit more decorum.
I
let's
speak
try and
English, not italics, man.
You
let's
guys
try
are
and
speaking
Decorum is an
gibberish.
English word.
let's try and rein it in a little bit.
Okay, Toriano and Mark Davis. JM, who's Mark Davis?
Who the fuck is man? Who the
That's
fuck is
one
Griff
half of
Garrison?
that's one half of Aussie Open. Who were in last year's World Tag League.
Okay, I
So
don't.
Bullshit. Toriano wins.
there's something going down with Aussie Open and Will Osprey because they were saying something about Will Osprey abandoning them.
Oh, beef.
All right. Because, like, with Aussie Open, I don't know their names, so I just call them Aussie, and then the other one is Open.
Well, it's Mark
Oh my
Davis and
god.
Kyle Fletcher.
Okay. But the winner of this match will face Will Ospreay, who gets a bye. I could see Mark Davis doing that so they can fill with that storyline, but at the same time, Toriano winning LOL is always obviously going to happen.
Nah,
Technical critical.
Toroyano. He's the second best comedy wrestler ever, but behind the goat Misao Inoue.
You know who's the best comedy wrestler I've ever seen in my life?
Who's it going to be?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah, that was a
Oh,
great one.
oh my god. He tell me he did not just say that.
Oh, he did. Oh, right.
Oh my god.
Dare you say
Uh,
that about me, brother?
all right. Well, next up, we got
Wait, wait, wait,
Yoshihashi.
wait, 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 wait. I didn't pick.
I
I
thought you
picked
did.
Tori.
You
I
said
picked.
Toriano.
No, I didn't. I said
Yeah, when
Will
I was
Ospreay.
announcing it, that's the buy. He gets a buy. He automatically advances.
No, because Toriano beats the shit out of fucking no. Toriano did wins by TQ because of count out, and then Will Ospreay just gonna give him the freaking hidden blade, and he's gonna
So he's gonna try to get his match in early. Okay,
yes.
I don't think that's how wrestling works unless it's WCW 2000. But either way, our next match, Kyle
How many
Fletcher.
swerves, bro?
Oh my gosh. No, JM, this is going to be an interesting match. We got Yoshihashi versus Kyle Fletcher of
Okay,
Aussie.
so So the important thing to remember is that Yoshihashi and Goto are the current tag team champions right now.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right, and
If
Goto's
Kyle
Mm-hmm.
got the
Fletcher
bye.
Yeah, so Goto's got the bye, but if Kyle Fletcher were to pin Yoshihashi, that would give Aussie Open a future shot at the IWGP Tag Heavyweight Tag Team Championships.
That's right. But if Goto and Hashi advance and they beat each other, does that mean they get to face themselves for a tag team title match?
That pretty much
Oh,
means
and a
nobody's
one-on-one
challenging.
match.
That means nobody's challenging unless somebody's gonna come down to the ring and
Yes,
challenge.
there is. Hashi's going to challenge Goto for the other tag title belt, and then
That's not how that works. This
That's
is
not
not.
how
This is
that
not.
works.
But
This
it's
and then
funny.
Hashi wins both belts.
this is not. This is not.
A
This is
single
not.
man.
This is not the kids' table fed at AEW.
It's
Okay,
going to be a
this
single
is
man
meant to.
tag
This
champ.
make this a man's table.
It's going to be a
Bro,
single man
what is
tag
going
champ.
on?
I am the tag team champion. Duh.
I like where this is
I'm the
going.
I- I'm the tech champion now.
Right. I'm the tag champion now.
Listen to this. I tagged
Belt.
myself in. Clap.
Right.
There we
Tag
go. I
yourself
tagged
in.
myself in. Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you,
All
bro.
right. Here we go. Our next match. We got Shingo Takagi and Aaron Hinari. Shingo wins. What? I don't like. I love
This is a
So,
tough.
all
Hinari,
right,
but Shingo
wait. We got
wins.
a conundrum here. Wait, but also we have a conundrum here.
What's the conundrum?
Now remember. Now, okay, so Shingo is is the current KOPW champion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he
Is also
lost.
never open weight champion.
Okay.
If and this is a big if Aaron Hinari were to somehow be Shingo, he could get himself a future KOPW title match, or or he beats or weird chance he somehow beats Tama. But if Shingo were to beat Aaron Hinari and faces Tama, and either one were to beat the other, you could get either a never or a KOPW title match out of that.
That's right. This is going to be interesting.
Damn.
Like, this
So
Yeah.
you could
is.
have a title for title or situation here if Shingo wins.
But just imagine the slim chance Hinari beats both of them and gets to face both of them in a handicap match or a triple threat.
Imagine with both belts on the line. That'd be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
so
Yeah,
they're
unify
actually
the belts, get it over with.
oh no, they're not getting rid of KOPW.
I'm making a
That
joke.
happened
Don't worry.
did
All
last year.
right.
But so yeah, so you have a pretty big what if on that side. So I keep your eye on that match.
All right.
Can I at
All right.
least say my opinion on the match now?
Yeah, who
I
does
didn't
everyone
say
else got?
nothing.
Shingo or Shingo? What does everyone got?
I I didn't say nothing.
We all know Shingo's gonna win.
Shingo wins, but Tama beats Shingo.
Okay.
You stole my fucking pick, but that's basically how it's gonna happen. Shingo wins by a fucking pumping bomber roll up combination to a Last of the Dragon, and then Tama hits a Shingo. Shingo try to do the last of Shingo's gonna try to do the Last of the Dragon, but gets countered to a gun stun. And 1, 2, 3,
I hate how you said that.
gun
That's that.
stun.
Imagine a freaking Kevin Kelly saying it like that.
Oh my god. No, the way he says Rainmaker is already trash. So no.
Rainmaker 3.
And don't forget Destino 3.
Destino.
Like, bro, shut up.
That
Shut
shit's
up.
fire.
All right? Just shut up,
Destino.
Kevin Kelly. Just shut your mouth. I don't want to
Anyways,
hear your shitty commentary.
does anybody else have picks?
I think we all got our answers in.
1, 2. David. Okay, okay. So the next speaking tournament contest,
I could
unfortunately,
say it. I could say it. Wait a minute.
I'm going to
So
hit
the
you with a goddamn butt plug. Can you? I'm talking here.
Whoa,
all
David,
right.
boy.
Oh
So the
next
no.
match.
next match,
This is only
the
the
I'm
next
Okay,
going
match
to
okay,
of
guys,
the
smack.
guys. Okay.
I'm about to electrocute you with
Skittles.
freaking paper, bro. I swear to God.
Skittles will get this match, and then the next one will be Batting Hat's announcement. Okay, go.
The next match is going to be fucking Fit Finley taking on against the Stone Pitbull,
Okay, so David
known as
Finley.
freaking
Finlay.
Fluffy.
David Finley, Tomohiro Ishii. Who do you guys got in this one? I'm thinking Finley at this
Yes,
point.
Finley.
Great Khan.
Obviously,
Bruh.
obviously, Finley because my father
My
He loves to fight.
father.
Do you want to know how I got these beating welts? Well, my father was Fit Finley.
But I'm gonna say this
My
though.
father,
If
he
I'm being
loved to fight.
honest, if I'm being honest though, I think if Philly wins, okay. But if Ishii wins, okay, Great Okon's gonna win.
Yeah, that's right. Great Okan's got the bye. I think he's going to beat whoever wins that match. How about you,
Great
JM?
Okan wins LOL.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
JM? Uh,
I'm thinking the Great Okan, but I can see a David Finley upset here because David Finley actually made it to the semis last time.
That's right. I definitely think he's got a good chance against Ishii. Because this is not the Ishii that we used to know. He's definitely showing his age.
Yeah, Ishii started
Now
to
he.
be
Yeah,
Ishii
So
started
you're
to be
saying
slowly downcycled.
Yeah.
So I can see David Finley getting to win and either Great Okan, and I think you could get there's a good match out with Finley and Okan. I think they could pull out something.
Oh, yeah.
wait a
Uh-huh.
minute, I want to say something. So that means that old Ishii is somebody that we used to know.
Uh-huh.
Wink.
Porn.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
next. Anyways,
Okay. Tell us the next match here, Batting Hat.
All
you
right.
better say this man name right. I swear.
All right, come on,
All
Batting Hat.
right.
Say it right.
All right. The next match on the card is General Cheater Yujiro Takahashi, basically the guy that gets pinned in House of Anus versus oh shit,
Say his
Shota
name right.
Umino.
No,
Say
it's
his name
shooter.
again.
Shota
Shooter.
Shota Umino.
Yeah,
Shooter.
okay. Well, either way.
Ah, well, that's his
Yeah.
nickname. That's not his real name.
Okay.
That's his real
Now,
name.
Versus Red Shoes Uno Jr., aka Muto Jr. Shota Umino.
okay,
Huh?
so
I
a
can't wait
pimp
till someone
named
gets a junior in Lucha. But either way.
yeah.
Yeah, JM.
All right, so a pimp named Yujiro, either Shenanigans is going to help him win, or Shota's going to take him down. But the
Yes.
thing
Shota's
is
gonna
that
easily
remember,
take him down.
Yes.
Shooter got this
well,
shit.
unless there's Shenanigans. Now, Zack Saber Jr., who they will be facing, remember, is the TB champion,
Oh,
and if Shota
Cookie
were to
Champion.
beat, yeah,
Hmm.
and if Shota were to beat Zack, we could have a future his next TB title defense, set in stone, depending on what happens this weekend, as he's defending the TB title against Clark Connors in Battle in the Valley.
Porn.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Mm,
a.
interesting. I would definitely love to see Shooter versus Zack Saber Jr. I actually really like Zack Saber Jr.
Yeah, and it's
I actually
important
really
to
love.
note. Yeah, and it's also important to note that Shota pretty much proclaimed that he is going to make it to the finals and beat Naito if Naito makes it to the finals.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I think Shooter is gonna win the entirety of the New Japan Cup,
Yes, you got it
or
right.
or he's gonna be in the finals and lose to, the eventual finalists. I'm not sure who that's gonna be, but probably Osprey. But I don't know.
I know Saber Jr. is definitely one of the favorites in this cup because he won last year. But,
And
Yeah.
2018's New Japan Cup as well.
oh,
Yeah,
Repeat.
so
yeah.
the biggest, yeah, so you see the biggest threat, there are three major threats in this tournament, and
Saber
that's pretty
Jr.
much
Oh, sorry.
Zack, Osprey, Naito, and Evil, depending if he's going to go all out on Shenanigans.
So
Okay, so we got
basically,
three and a
two
half.
British lads and two Japanese boys.
Well, one and a half Japanese boys because, like, say, with the shenanigans, every evil win has an asterisk on it.
But Evil is Japanese.
Yes, but you gotta remember, just because you're Japanese doesn't mean you have to be a bad guy.
Mm.
No, either way, this tournament, it's half the
Evil is so
size of.
evil. Wait. Evil is so evil. I don't even recognize him as Japanese. I think I look at him as a
You
dumb
recognize that he's
gaijin.
Japanese?
He was making a joke, JM. Come on. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting lineup for this tournament. I can definitely see Osprey, Zack, as you were saying, Naoto. But I'm gonna say Shingo might actually make it to the final four.
Bumping bomber.
Who do you think will be the dark horse wrestler in this tournament in terms of you least expect him to
What's a
do
dark
well?
horse?
Ren.
Like the underdog who could make it all the way. Like
Shit, dang.
Ren.
Skittles.
Kenta.
Okay, so Batting Hat says Kenta. Skittles says Ren Narita. Zach, who do you
Uh,
got?
fuck me. I'm fuck it, Ren Narita.
All right. And JM, who do you got as the dark
Uh,
horse?
I'm gonna say David Finlay, as he made it to the semifinals in 2020.
Ooh,
That's
that's a
definitely a
good
good
pick.
choice.
That's a hell of a
What?
pick.
You want to know why I choose Kenta? Because his booking in New Japan has not really been all that good. He's basically another mid card guy trying to like do a gimmick of his book and whatnot. Last time I saw him, so he's not the same Kenta like he once was before. So that's why I said that he is probably like the dark horse.
Yeah, and like I said,
He's never
Shingo.
going. Well, here's the thing: he's never going to be that same person after he got his shoulder destroyed by green as grass wrestlers in NXT and the
Like
complications from the surgery.
Yeah, it's gonna be like ever since coming back to New Japan, he's not gonna be what he used to be, but my gosh, he still does do his best out there. He's had some great
he still
classics.
can. He still tries to go. He's like
Yeah, and he's a
Fujinami
great.
after that back injury in 1990 onwards.
Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's a great promo.
Oh, definitely.
He,
He's definitely one of
he's,
the best talkers.
Yes, because
he's not.
he used to beat the piss and shit out of his opponents in Noah, and now he does that, but in promos.
All right. I think we got all our categories for today.
He's
Let's
not
do.
who.
Oh, sorry, Zach. Go.
He's not who he used to be, but damn it, he's still damn good.
Oh yeah. Well, this is where we're all gonna be signing off. Anyone wish to say anything before we go?
Yes.
Um,
I want to say fuck all y'all. And
That's totally how we say goodbye to everyone. Thanks
Mhm.
for listening for this 2 hour show. I hate every single one of you. My gosh.
Exactly. That's how you
what
should
a
sign off, man. Hey, all y'all. So fuck.
All
Don't
right.
don't
Uh,
mi- don't mind Skittles, y'all. Happy trails.
all right, JM, you got anything?
Yeah. I hope to see you guys the next time we do this, and maybe we might talk about other like maybe it's like some wrestling games or stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing this podcast.
All right. And
Yep,
Batting
me
Hat?
too. I can't wait to talk about like certain wrestlers' career or something like that. This could be like really fun, and I wish everyone watching all the best, and everyone here, of course, all the best.
All right.
I eat fungi, but okay.
All right. This is the Purocast signing off. Thank you. Have a good night.